Hello, and good morning. I've been playing this Airplane Manager 4 for 2 3 days, and I have gotten a whole bunch of planes and routes. And I've been thinking about which plane is the best to buy. And I did figure out yesterday that it's pretty good to buy big planes that can take a lot of passengers and that can fly far away, because then you don't have to update, you don't have to sit by the game every 2 hours. I mean, you can be away for 5 6 7 8 hours, and still make money. But I thought I found the best plane to buy, and that was, if you look at the planes that you can buy, if you go all the way down to the bottom, I checked some of these, and I found out that this one, A330-900 Neo, was very good. It takes 440 passengers, has a low fuel, 13 pound per kilometer, and has a distance of 12,000 kilometers and 880 knots. But then today I wanted to buy a plane, and I didn't have enough money for this one, because this one cost a lot. It's $109 million. So I looked at what I could afford, and what I could afford was these planes around here. And I checked a few of them, and I ended up on the IL 96-400 at 40 million. It takes 436 passengers, 870 knots, and 10,000 kilometers. It uses more fuel though, 28, but the fuel is not the biggest cost. And if you buy the fuel at low cost, so it's not that bad. And I can show you, let's see what I have here. I can show you a spreadsheet I made where I put in the A330-900 Neo. I put in the A380-800 and the B787-10 and the ILS 96-400 with the cost of the plane, the cost of the maintenance, and how many hours you can fly before you need to do maintenance, and then the maintenance cost per hour, and then the how much fuel it consumes per kilometer, and the cruise speed, and then a whole bunch of things here. And I put in a distance of 9,000. Actually, I need to put 9,000 on this one as well to make it equal. And then I get the maintenance cost and the fuel cost, and per hour, I guess it is, and then the CO2 cost and the amount of passengers. And then you never get full airplane with the passengers. And this is if you only have normal passengers, no business class or whatever, because you make more money if you have some business class, business passengers, and some of these, the best ones, I don't remember the name. But this is just for if you use normal passengers. And I put, like, if you get half, and so this is the numbers that is used in the calculation. And then I put how much you get for the flight, and I put the same on each of them, 3,000 per passenger. And then you get the income, you get the expense, you get the profit, and the return of investment, because you have to pay for the plane. And you see this one, the last one, the IL96-400, only have to fly 74 flights, and then the plane will be paid. And that's a very low number. And if you look the income after 1,000 flights, you know, and that's including that the plane is paid for, you see it has the most income of all of them. You know, it's let's see how much it is, 503 million. And after 2,000 flights, it's got over 1,000 billion. That's a billion, right? While this one has 900. So this one is actually better. And then this one comes as a good number 2, and that is the one that I thought was the best, A330-900 Neo. But since this one only cost 40 million, I mean, you can buy more of them and get more passengers, so you'll make more money quicker. So I recommend the IL96-400. And I can tell you that I started this flight with this one out of New York, and I fly to Africa somewhere. And the way I do it is that, you know, you go to the fleet and you go research, and then I put from New York, and I put max distance 10,000 and max runway 2,000, which is for this plane. Search, and then I did the F class, and I looked this one, African. It has a lot of F class, this one as well, but this one has lower business. So I was interested in having a lot of business class and F class. So I choose this one. And the cost of the route was like, how much was it? I can check that under the finance history. 1,192,000. No, wait a minute. 1,695,000. And how much income did I get from that first flight? 1,192,000. It's almost paid for the route fee. That's incredible. But you also have to see that the seat layout, it takes 260, and I got 222. Business class 50, I got 44, and this best class 25, I got 22. So that's much more than half. And how did I do that? Because earlier on all my flights, I only got barely half airplane, but now I get much more, and I make much more money. So how did I do that? Well, I went to finance, marketing, and I bought airline reputation. This one. I paid $500,000 for it, but I tell you, you get that money back real quick if you get large planes flying long routes that makes a lot of money. You get this money back real quick. So I only have 2 cargo planes, so I was thinking this is a lot of money for only 2 planes. If I had a lot of planes, yeah, but with only 2 planes, I don't know, and I don't do any charter yet. So even though I can do, I don't do. So I stick to passengers. So that's my 5 cents or 2 cents or whatever it's called. I recommend the IL96-400 and fly as far as you can, and put the seat layout put a lot of business class and the highest class, but not too many. Look at the demand, you know. The demand is more business class than normal passengers for this flight. So I could actually have more business. And you look at this one is high as well. I can put in one more plane here, you know. If I had enough money, I don't have 40 million. So if I had 40 million, I'd probably buy one more plane and put in the same route, you know, or a similar route, because this is a huge benefit. And this flight takes how long time? 11 hours, 12 hours. That's perfect. Because if I fly in the morning, in the evening I can set another flight, and then in the morning the next day, you know, it's 12 hours between each. It will be about the same time every day. So I should have all this plane. All my planes should be this plane and flying about 10,000 kilometers. That takes 12 hours. That's perfect. And then you have to depart all the planes at the same time. So then you only have to check your airplane manager twice a day, in the morning and in the evening. So if you do it at 8 o'clock in the morning, you can do it at 8 o'clock at night. That's perfect. And just make sure you buy fuel, that you have enough fuel. It's the number you see in front here that you have to buy to get full. And you see now the price goes up. So I'm not going to buy now. I'm going to wait till it gets down again to at least half, you know, around 1K or lower. Because I have 5 million, so I have enough for a while. And the CO2 is very low now, so I filled it up, you know. But now I see I already used some. So you just buy this amount. You can just copy this and paste it in here. Oh, you can't do that. Okay, 669 216 and buy it. And then you see your full capacity. And it's a very low price now, so that's when you want to make sure you have full tanks when the price is low. And then you will be eco-friendly. And that's another thing I bought. I bought here on the bonus. I used some points to where is it? Yeah, no, yeah, there, no, yeah, increase CO2 capacity. It's 0 points. Use that every time. It's and you have to claim these things, you know. And you get money for it, you know. I got 100,000. And here 100,000 reward. So make sure I can see what's on the bottom here. I can't get down there. But anyway, there is benefit here that you can buy that says something about 10% increase reputation or something if you are CO2 friendly. I did buy that. I don't see it anywhere, but maybe it disappeared because I bought it. I don't know. But and you can increase the capacity using 30 points. I got 5,308. And another thing that's interesting, if you are new at this, if you have 2,500 points, you can click on this one, and then you can buy a plane, a bonus plane for 2,500 points. Well, maybe it's not there, maybe it's here. Here, this one. You can buy a A320 VIP for 2,500 points the first time. The second time it cost 5,000, and the third time it cost 10,000. So I bought it twice already. That's really cheap. I mean, you get these points, use it. You get a big plane, you know, for free. So I recommend using this one. And here I did buy, this comes every day. There is an offer every day. The first offer cost, I think, like $22 or something, and I got an airplane, and I got a lot of money and points. I bought that two times. I bought that, and the third time it was more expensive. It cost like $44, and I did get a plane, and I got a whole bunch of millions of dollars. So I have used like $80 to $90 and I only played for 3 days. But that brought me a whole bunch of money, gold, not gold, but dollars, so I could buy a lot of big planes. So if you have a few dollars to spare, I would recommend doing that. This one doesn't give you a plane, but it gives you 3,000 million. No. Yeah, that's what it says. Like 3,000 million, right? That's a lot. And 40,000 points. You can use those points, you know, to buy that plane here. And you get airspeed, 4 times airspeed for 24 hours, and it's $118. But for me, I think that's too much, you know. $118 now. I don't want to put that much money into the game. No way. But you can also use some of these. Here you can get 60 million and 1,500 points for $6, you know. $6 is not much. And here you get 200 million and 6,000 points for $24. You know, so there's different ones. I'm not going to use any of those now, but I'm going to show you my fleet. I have 37 planes. One is in maintenance. Oh, make sure when you buy a plane, like I said earlier, if you go to order and you buy a plane, let's just go down and pick a plane here just to show you. Make sure you put it at the airport that you want to put it on, and you can only put it on airports that has a base, or not a base, but a, what do you call it? A hub. The airport has to have a hub, and you can buy a hub at an airport without having a plane going there. You could just pick any airport in any country and buy that hub, and then you can fly to that hub. But you can make the plane appear at that hub. So if I want to fly out of New York with this new plane, I put New York, and then the plane will appear in New York, so I don't have to fly there to start the route I want to do. And then make sure that you see you can, how many you want to buy, you know. If you want to buy more, you do like this, but you do configuration, and make sure you do this, because I didn't do that the first 2 days, and I couldn't figure out how to get, you can drag this one to get business class, but I couldn't figure out how to get first class. Well, that's easy. You just pull this one. So make sure, look at the demand on that airport you're going to. So do your research first. Look at the plane. It's 6,800 kilometers and it needs 7,000 runway. So remember that. You put 6.8 range and 7,000, and then you go to research and you say 6,800 and 7,000 runway going from, for example, New York, like I said, and then press search. And then you have to decide if you only what kind of passengers you want to look at. You see, if you press on the Y class, it's pretty decent on the business and the first class as well. So that's actually a good deal. It's got 1105 daily. So this one is a good deal to go with this plane. So then you just choose that, you know. You click on it. But you have to see here. F class, I usually do like this. I look at the third number, 2, and then I round it up to 3. And this, I don't have to round up. So 3, 5, 11. 3, 5, 11, right? And then I go back to the order. 3, 5, 11. And then, I don't remember what plane it was, but what plane was it? Because it has something to do with the distance and stuff. 3, 5, and 8, was that what it was? I don't remember what plane it was, but let's just take this one. And then you go to New York, and then you configure 3, 5, 8. Remember? So you do like 3, 5. When you see, oh, this is much more than 8, so you have to multiply it with something. So if you double it, you know, 3, 5, that will be 6 and 10. 6 and 10. It's still a lot, you know. So this is how you can do it. You can triple it, you know. 3, 6, 9 and 15, and I don't remember the last one, but this is how you can do it, you know, and this is how I do it. But maybe you want to have like 15, since there was a high number, 15 and 30 and 144. That sounds good. And then you press order. That's how I do it. What else can I say? Yeah, these hubs. In the beginning, I bought hubs at every airport, you know. You don't need to do that. I bought hubs at every airport. It's not needed. So I stopped doing it. You see, I haven't done it down here because these hubs are expensive. The hubs is so you can offer catering, but you don't make any much money on that. And you can do maintenance. So you need to have a hub on the big airport that you fly out of. And I recommend fly out of big airports, like New York, you know. And have a hub at New York, and then you don't need to have a hub on the airports that you fly to. You don't need that. I don't have it here, you see. I have a hub in Las Vegas, and I don't even have a flight going there. So that's wasted money. Because if you want to buy hubs, you can go to how do you buy hubs? Yeah, you click on a hub you already have on the map, and then you press here. You can see all the hubs I have, and then you press new hub, select country. If I want to have a hub in let's see, United Arab Emirates and in Abu Dhabi International, it's going to cost me 6,825,600. That's a lot of money. So you don't want to buy that everywhere, you know. So, and here you can also see the daily demand. It's not really that big, but it's big enough to fly one big plane going there every day. It is. And then if you want to fly out of there, if you buy a hub there and put a big plane there, then you have to go to the fleet and research, you know, and put in the distance you have for that airplane you want to buy, depart from Abu Dhabi, you know, and then search, and then you need to see here, look at these numbers. The good thing is to have a high number on all classes, and if you then have a good reputation, you will get a lot of passengers on each class. And you can see here that a business class, one ticket on the business class gives a little more than double of what you get on the normal class. But if you select business class, it takes more room than a normal class. It takes like double room, but it pays a little more than double, so you make money on business class. And the same with this one. This one takes maybe 3 times the space as a normal class, but it gives you a little more than 3 times the money. So you make more money if you have these classes, but there must be a demand. And from United States to Tulsa doesn't have that high amount on the first class, but it's got a very good business class. It's got higher than the normal. So you could buy a plane like maybe and put not so many first class, but put as many business class as normal class, and fly this route between New York and Tulsa. That's a good deal. I want to do that, but it's only 1,997 kilometers. So you want to have a plane, and that's another thing I found out. So you're thinking, well, it's only 2,000 kilometers, so I want to buy a plane that has a max distance of 2,000 because that's a cheap plane, right? And that has as many passengers as possible, you know. But then I did a comparison between here. You see, I checked the Challenger 300, and I put that has a distance of 3,000 kilometers, and then I put 3,000 on these. You know, if you fly 3,000 with a big plane, what happens then? A big plane that can fly 14,000 kilometers, you only fly 3,000. What happens? Do you lose money? And then you look here in the end. And you see that this plane gives you back the money for the airplane after only 9.5 flight. But if you look at after 1,000 flights, it's kind of a little hard to see how much it is because it's such a big number and there's no space between. But I bet that this one is the best one, actually. But this one is not that far behind. And if you look at 2,000, this one is best. It's 1,400,000, while this one is 405. You see, and this one is 46. So you're making much more money using a big plane because it can take so many passengers. So these two are, or this one is definitely the best one. And that is the A380-800. And that's a very expensive plane. That's the most expensive plane there is, I think. But as you can see, it's actually better to fly this plane on a short 3,000 kilometer distance than a cheap plane. This one cost only 223 million. No, 223,000. This one cost 21 million, you know. But this one makes more money than this one because of the large amount of passengers. Because this one only takes 16 passengers, you know. This one takes 600. So as long as there is enough passengers to fill this big plane, it's cheaper to use big planes on even short distances. That's what I found out. So that's my calculation. So of course a big plane has more pilots and more. Let's see here. If you look at the plane, if you look at this one, for example, it only needs 2 pilots, 1 crew, 1 engineer, and 2 tech. So the cost, the cost of the crew would be lower, and that's not in my calculation. If you're choosing like 2, 1, 1, 2, right? And if you then go to this one, it's 218, 618. It's got a lot more crew that needs to be paid. And if you want to know how much they are paid, let's see, you need to go to staff, and you have to see the daily salary is only 87,000. So the amount of staff doesn't matter that much. It's a very low cost compared to what you make on the airplanes. And you need to make sure that they are happy. So, I mean, I think 93 is probably the lowest you want to have, maybe. So you will give, if it gets lower than 93 or maybe 90, you want to give them a 6% raise to get that number up a little. You want to make them happy. And you have training. I have done management training 5 times. I have 2 points now I can use. I don't know what these are. I used 1 here, you see. So maybe, I don't know what this is. But you can also click here, you know. You have operation training. I have 1 on each. And you can do event training. I haven't done that. Service training. I haven't done that. Maybe I should. And then you have cargo training. This is management. So this is management. Maybe, I don't know what's best to use. But I have 2 points. So I click on train on this one. And maybe I should click on this one. There you go. You get 1 or 2 points every day that you can use. So that's it. If you go to the finance, no, I showed you already. Here is the stock because I put in the IPO. I started at $3 when I went to the stock market, and then I started to get investors. You see, I have 50,000 shares and I've sold almost all of them. And the value of my company is now 38. I don't know what that really means. I only know that they have given me nothing. I mean, they bought shares for $3. That's $30,000. That's nothing. I don't need that. But it was kind of fun to look at it. But they are making money, not me. So, and stock, what is that? Whatever. So I guess I have said a lot now. If I go to my fleet now, I have a few planes that I need to depart. I click on here. This one goes from Oslo in Norway to Reykjavik in Iceland. You see it has a huge demand on all three, but this plane I put 57, 10 and 4. I could probably have more than 4 here. I mean, its demand is 247, but I have several planes going this route, several small planes, but what I should have was a big plane and replace those small planes with a big one. That would make more money. But I just thought about one thing that you probably thought about a long time ago. I want to look at that. And that is, if you buy a big plane, you're using a lot of money, right? So that means if you buy a smaller plane, you can buy many more planes, right? So you kind of have to, the investment you're using, like this one, 40 million. And the other one I looked at was this one, right? Or maybe a smaller one, like the Challenger. If you fly 3,000 kilometer, if you only fly 3,000 kilometer, then you have to be sitting on the game all day, But that's only 223. You can buy, 40 million. 223, that's times 5 times 4, that's 20. You can have 20 of these planes for the same amount. So then you kind of have to increase that amount here to 20 times the profit, But still, even if that's 23,000. So that's 234, that's 468. 468. It's still lower than 617, but it's closer. So you see, you can have many for the same amount. And if you look at the 2,000 flights, it's 46. So that's 460. That's 460. That's 920, 930. You're still behind these. Hold on. Okay, that was just a phone call. So you see, even if you buy 20 of these planes instead of one of these big ones, you make more money in the long run with the big planes. With those calculations that I have done, there might be some calculations that is not included here, like the crew and stuff. But I would think that 20 planes have more crew than one of these big ones, for sure. So even on short distances, short hauls, you can buy a big plane that can fly, how much? Can fly 12,000 kilometers. You can fly it on a route for 3,000, and you still make more money. But you just have to have the money to buy the big plane. That's the thing here. So that's a point as well. So I got a lot of small planes, and I can't sell them now, because if I sell them, I lose money. Like this one is in Oslo now, so I can sell it because Oslo is my base. I can sell, and I only get 144,000 for it, but it cost 527. You know, so why would I sell it? I lose too much money. But on the other hand, you can argue that, well, you lose for roughly 400,000, but you'll make that 400,000 real quick with a big plane, right? That's a good argument. So that might be a good argument, yeah. But on the other hand, yeah, maybe that's a good argument. Maybe that's a good argument. That the 400,000 there, I can probably get back real quick. But you have to have the money to buy the big plane. I don't have that. I only have 32 million now, so I have to continue flying these. And what I usually look at when I want to fly this route now, I click on the seat layout, and I make sure that I have some business and first class seats, and I check with the demand. It looks okay. And then I check, what did I have the last flight? 53 passengers. That's almost full, you know. Almost full. And I had 0 and 0. That means that I just did this configuration. This plane just came back from maintenance because I added these seats. So now I should get more than 36, right? And the reason why I got as much as 36 here compared to the 3 previous flights, because it's the same route, is because I bought the marketing thing to make sure, and that marketing upped my income. I got more passengers. But now I will get more money because I have business and first class. So I bet I'll get at least 40 depart. And I did 58! Look at that! I got 9 business and 4 first class. So I'm making much more money. So that's a good point, right? And that's 2 things that made that increase. The first is the marketing. I bought a marketing package and I included some business and first class seats. Okay, let's look at the next one. This one goes from Bangkok to London. It has been going that route since the beginning. And you see the seat layout now. I put 10 business. I didn't put any first class because I think when I did that, I didn't know how to get that one. And I haven't changed it after, even though I should, because the demand for first class is almost the same as the business class. And you see there's a huge demand here. So I could actually fly 2 planes on this route. 2 big planes, because this is a big plane. It's not the biggest, but it's a big one. Or I could, exchange this with one of the big planes that takes over 400 passengers. That would make me more money, for sure. And how do you get the price for these? Well, you can put whatever you want there, but I use the auto. I click on the auto and save, and later you can try to increase it, and then maybe you get less passengers. So I haven't done that yet. So let's see now, because I had 51, that's half, and I had 5, that's half. So this was before the marketing, because it's only the marketing that can up this price now. So let's see. I had 51 and 5 and 185. 51, 5 and 185. 346. Look at that. That's a double. That's double. I mean, you understand? Marketing is essential. And to have some business class, at least, is essential. And some first class you should have as well. Wow. Now I like it. I see the money coming in, you know. Whoa. So let's look at the next one. Ottawa, New York. That's a short route. It's only 2,445 kilometers. This is a small plane, but the demand is high. I should have a large plane here, you know. I have only 15 and 10 and 5 seats. And here I got 12, 8 and 4. So that was after the marketing. That's it. I got 4 first class of 5. That's very good. And 8 of 10. And hold on. Yeah, that was a lot of phone call. Okay, so let's look here. 16,000 before I had 9, so that's like almost a double, you know. I assume I'm going to get about the same, 16. So I depart, and I got 19. That's pretty good. Maybe that has something to do with the SEO friendly. That I was not SEO friendly when I did the other one, maybe, because that will also affect how many passengers you get. So right now I need to get these planes going because I get very good numbers now. The seat layout 26, 10 and 6, that's good, but you see the huge demand between Copenhagen and Oslo. I can put a much bigger plane there. So the demand is big, is huge. And you see I had 9 before, and after I put the other seats I got 13, but then when I got eco-friendly and marketing I got up to 19. You know, that's double. That's more than double. And now I get 21. You know, I love this game. This is so fun, you know, making a whole bunch of money. Soon I'm going to start a real airplane company. Okay. Here also it's the same, Oslo, Copenhagen. I have several small planes flying this route, and this one has only 16 first class. I try that out, you know, and you see there is a huge demand. It used to be 7 when I had normal passengers. Now it's 19 and probably more than 20. Yeah, 22, you see? Only flying first class. Small plane is good to use for only first class. Like this one. But what happened with this one, that I didn't have the marketing and the seat layout, you know, it's only 2 business. And here I didn't get any, so I recalled the flight. I had to dump the fuel, you know, so I lost the money for the fuel, but I didn't fly the route because I didn't get any passengers. But next time I did get 1. Now I maybe get 2. Yeah, I did get 2. You see how important that marketing and eco-friendly is? So suddenly I made much more money. I made double the money. And that's a special, very important on the small airplanes. And when you have a small jet, you know, you only want to fly business or first class. But you have to make sure that you have good marketing and eco-friendly. So this one is a cargo plane. I don't fuck with that. I just depart it. I get 103, and this one is a cargo plane as well. I had 82. Now I have 100. And then this one is a passenger plane, and I have 22, 7, and 4. You see, I got 11, 3, and 2. That was before the marketing, I guess. And I had only 19. I had 22 before, 19. Now I will have 25, I guess. 37. Look at that. 37. Wow. That's a huge increase. And here's another small plane, which only have 2 business class between Algiers and Palermo. But actually I was actually going to use this one to do a that's down in Africa. Algiers. I'm here. I was going to do a flight from Algiers to Congo. So let's see if I can do that, because that has something to do with like a challenge or something. I will reroute to Congo. Select country. Congo. Kinshasa. This one. And that's too far. So I couldn't use that plane to fly down there. I would have to land somewhere between if I want to use this plane. And I don't know if I get the achievement. Hold on, I get some people coming here now.